What's up everyone, and welcome to another Pokemon X and Pokemon Y update. Today we have a massive amount of new information revealed with the leak of the new Koro scans, so I've decided to actually split this into a couple of videos just so that I can keep the information more organized, because there's just so much new stuff and it is just blowing my mind right now. As you can see, in this video we'll be discussing the news that I've most anxiously been awaiting for in X and Y, the evolutions of the starter Pokemon finally revealed. So let's get to it. As I mentioned, this is the one thing that I've most been anxious for. It is always the thing that I always wait for. In every new Pokemon release, I always want to know what the starter evolutions are, because starter Pokemon are always there at the beginning, you know? They go through you throughout the entire adventure, and the fact that there's always new starter Pokemon with each generation just makes me so excited to see what these little guys are going to evolve into, and now we finally have them revealed. Now keep in mind that all of these guys' names are going to be in Japanese, as we still don't have the English information, but I'm sure that will be receiving that pretty soon, as they usually do it maybe 1 or 2 days later, so wouldn't be surprised if we get a trailer maybe even later today. Anyway, let's start off with my favorite Kalos starter, Chespin, and his evolution, Haribogu. And I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing these properly, I'm clearly not Japanese, but Haribogu is still a pure grass-type Pokemon, but he can learn the move Mudshot. This could mean that we will once again see a grass and ground-type starter for his final evolution, like Torterra was in 4th generation. His design is sorta weird, but in my opinion really dang cute. He seems to have puffed up from his time as Chespin, and the hoodie he wore before now covers his entire body, kinda like a coat. He also has a pointier nose, making him look kind of like a mole, and it sort of further implies him turning into a half-ground type being a mole. With this evolution being so different from what I expected it to be, I can't really say what I expect out of his final evolution, but I'm definitely excited to see it. That's all for him, so let's move on to Fennekin's evolution, Teruna. It is also still a solo type, being only fire type of course, but he can learn the move Psycho Cut. Its wispy ears have gotten wispier. It now stands on 2 legs, and its fur looks kind of like a skirt. But the most curious part about this guy's design is the tail, which is shaped kind of like a bell or broom sort of thing with a stick coming out of it, so I guess it's more like a giant broom. I don't know, it's kind of weird, and it's led some people to believe that maybe it'll be like a witch kind of thing holding a broom under it. I'm just hoping that this guy will become half psychic type, and the fact that it has Psycho Cut may hint to that, but I'll be happy with anything as long as it's not another fire and fighting type. As for his final evolution, I actually always thought it would kind of end up looking like Kyubimon, but now that we see it stands on 2 legs, I'd love to see some badass wizard-like fire psychic type cat, fox kind of thingy. And I can't help think of Taomon now, just because I had Kyubimon in my head that entire time. Now I can think of Taomon being some sort of wizard-like fire mage. I don't know, I just hope that it's something awesome and, like I said, a fire and psychic type. Last but not least, we have the evolution of Froakie, Gecko Gashira. Now this is definitely my favorite design out of the 3. As opposed to Chespin, who got a lot more fluffy, Froakie seems to have gotten slicker and more ninja-like. Like the other 2, it is a solo type, being just water type, and he can learn the move Bounce. The fact that it can learn this, and the little cloud surrounding its neck, led me to think that Froakie's final evolution could be a water and flying type, but bouncing is just something frogs do, so we really can't be sure. I've seen this around a lot, and I honestly thought the idea was awesome, so for Froakie's final stage, I'd love to see something like Zephos from Wind Waker, and of course it would be a water and flying type. So that wraps up the starter Pokemon evolutions. As you saw, they are all still single types, but I'm sure at least one of them will end up being a dual type with their final evolutions. So let me know what you guys think of these evolutions, and what you think they will end up being as far as types or design will be down in the comments below. And for real though guys, we all know the frog goes croak, and the mouse goes squeak, but what does Fennekin say? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little update. As I said, I was really excited for the starter evolutions, so I decided to do this as its own little video, but there's tons more information in the grand scheme of the X and Y Koro scans, like Mega Mewtwo X, Mega Garchomp being revealed, a bunch of new Pokemon including some new fossils, and overall just so much new stuff, so stay tuned as more videos will be coming out a little bit later today with all of that new information as well. Anyway, that is it for this video, so if you enjoy, be sure to leave a like, and as I said, let me know what you think of the starter Pokemon evolutions. I'm super excited with all of the new news coming out for X and Y, and I'm sure you guys are as well. So thank you all for watching, and see you guys next time.